Welcome to the Los Alamitos preview show here for the weekend of September 11th and 12th. Orlando, it feels like once we get to this point of the year, it's rapid fire. We got the double carts with the daytime thoroughbred season, the LA County Fair at Los Alamitos during the day, the double headers with the night carts, and we have trials for the PCQHRA Breeders Derby and Futurity. So from here on out, from here to December, it feels like it's nonstop action.
You're absolutely right, Jose, because then we have the Los Alamitos Equine Sale, the big weekend with the PCQHRA Breeders Derby, the Breeders Futurity. Then we roll right into the Golden State Million Futurity, the simulcasting of the Breeders' Cup action. We have the Los Alamitos Super Derby, then the Z. Wayne Griffin, then the Los Al 2 Million, the Champion of Champions. Then it's Christmas, Jose.
That's it.
And then we start all over again with another great season here at Los Alamitos Racecourse. So you're exactly right. From here on out, just exciting quarter horse racing action. We got the double headers coming up. Opening day Friday, September 10th. That'll be later today. First post 1 p.m. and we're just rolling, Jose. Yeah,
and to also in addition to Saturday's card, which will be the trials for the Derby. Sunday we'll have trials for the Futurity. Sunday night featured event is the Tolltac Handicap Race 10. They're going a distance of 350 yards, Orlando.
It's a really good group of horses, Jose, including a stakes winner in Vamoosing, a horse that ran second to Vamoosing in that race. Really nice competitive group of 2-year-olds getting ready for our 10th race on Saturday night. And, of course, those trials of the PCQHRA Breeders Derby highlight what should be a really good action-packed card. 9 out of the 10 races are quarter horse races. So we'll be having a lot of fun on Saturday night here at Los Al.
Yes, and speaking about the Tolltac over in the handicap race number 10, Tolltac, tremendous career here, raced at Los Al and Big Mandos as well. And his trainer, Denny Ekins, back there when he trained him there in the early 1980s there. And we have a little feature here to show you about Tolltac and Denny Ekins. And with that, I'd like to welcome on the voice. We'll set up a nice picture, but joining us via voice is none other than Denny Ekins. Denny, welcome to the show. How's retirement treating you? What's the life of Denny Ekins now?
Well, I'll tell you, Jose and Orlando, we're in Helena, Montana. That's where we moved after we retired. We're up here. Our son Robbie lives up here, and we have a granddaughter. We have a great life. We love it up here. Things are going very well. We're all healthy, and we just couldn't be happier.
What do you do over there, Denny? Is it skiing? Is it fishing? Is it just out, taking the horses out on trails? What are the hobbies that we're doing right now, Denny?
Well, we're doing quite a bit. Now we're busy 24/7. It seems like, but we do have, you probably don't remember this horse, but we have C. Terry Dash, and he was a horse that belonged to the late Bud Alicio.
Okay.
Bud Alicio, yeah. He was one I trained for him, and he got injured, and I bought him from Mr. Alicio, and I've made a riding horse out of him. Then I have another riding horse up here. So we have 2 riding horses. We do that quite a bit. We do a lot of fishing, a lot of hunting, and we do some skiing. We do a lot of trap shooting.
Oh, wow.
We've been doing quite a bit of that, my son and I, and we've been having a great time doing that. And one of the great things up here, we've met a whole bunch of tremendous people. We've got some of the nicest friends, and we even have a good friend up here who was a big and still is a big racehorse owner by the name of Huvenstall, Gary Huvenstall.
Yeah. He had Bo's Time Machine that ran in the Champion of Champions last year.
Yeah, that's him, exactly. Well, he lives not too far from here. In fact, I just had breakfast with him this morning. We usually get together once a week and have breakfast and talk about all you guys down there. Make sure you're doing okay. But we've got some great people up here, and we just couldn't be happier.
That's great. We'll make sure to say hello to Gary and Dee Huvestal there. We really enjoyed a lot of great wins from both Time Machine. Won the Brad McKenzie Winter Championship last year, and of course, right in the Champion of Champions. And please say hello to your lovely wife, Vandy. There, really miss her as well. Just a great person, a lot of fun.
Rob, thank you. I sure will.
Well, Denny, we wanted to talk to you a little bit about Tolltac, because we have this race happening here on Saturday night. And I remember reading a lot of the great stories on Tolltac, and there he is with yourself,
John Ward.
John Ward, who was a racing steward, represented the AQHA, and of course a tremendous jockey. And Tolltac, if I remember correctly, he had a lot of fanfare every time he stepped on the racetrack. Part of it because of his great success, but also he had a tremendous personality and just outstanding charisma.
He did. This horse was a stallion. He was a stud horse when we ran him. He had a lot of attitude, but you could put a lead chain on him and put him on the escalator and walk him up to the Vessels Club if you wanted to go. And
a bow tie, a nice jacket.
Yeah, he was just unbelievable. And when he got on the racetrack and you put him in the starting gates, he was 100% all business. And he was, I guess, to say the start of my career. I'd had a pretty good career up until then. I'd have just tremendous owners. I can't tell you about the group of ownerships that I had to back us. And this horse was owned by a gentleman named Mr. Payne, who about 2 years ago passed away. And he sent me this horse, and we trained him and we worked him, and he worked just great. He won his first race at Bay Meadows, and boy, we were really excited to him. But when we were taking him up there, when we was taking him to the school in a paddock at Bay Meadows, we were coming back, and he reared up in the air and got his leg over the lead shank and got loose on the racetrack. Well, he was loose, but he didn't know he was, and he didn't know where to go or what to do, so he just stood there while we walked up and got him and continued on back to the barn. And that's when I started taking people with him, because I said he will never get loose again.
Yeah. And
we had people, we pretty much surrounded him with people. We had 2 in the front, 2 in the middle, and 2 in the back. And everybody wondered why I was doing it, but they never really knew the whole story while he got loose. And I said, he's not ever going to get loose again. So
he has his own personal escort every step he took.
Yeah, he did. He had a escort everywhere he went, every time he went to school, everywhere. But he never ever got loose again, so we're really happy about that. Yeah. That's for sure.
I was able to bring up his some of his stats throughout his career. I'm kind of showing them right now. So he began 6 for 6, which included wins in the Bay Meadows Futurity, the Kindergarten Futurity, second in the Dash for Cash, and then he went on to win races with another winning streak like the Golden State Futurity, the El Primero del Año Derby, and the Golden State Derby. From that tremendous run that he had beginning his career, 12 for 15 overall, is there one specific race that kind of stands out that you remember vividly, the process of getting there?
Well, one of the races that was amazing to me was the Derby at Bay Meadows. Tolltac, when he was a freshman and he ran his first race at Bay Meadows, everybody liked the way he ran and things like that. But they all said, because he was small in stature, they said, well, he'll be able to run 300 and 350, but he'll never, ever go down the racetrack. And I said, I don't believe you there. If I think he'll go 870 if you want him to. But he did. He went on to win at 400 yards. And then we took him to Bay Meadows, and he was in the Derby up there with a great field of horses. And he ran 440 yards, set a track record, which still holds today and has never been broken.
And Denny, he made over $1 million in the early 1980s That was not easy to do, but like we were talking about, he just won so many races at such a high level. Those $100,000 victories start adding up, and then he retires with $1.1 million, 12 wins out of 18 starts, champion 2-year-old colt in 1983, champion 3-year-old colt in 1984. You're saying that's kind of like what got your career rolling. What a way to get a career rolling, Danny.
It was, because he sort of, I guess it's kind of a cliche, but he sort of put me on the map a little bit. This horse run things, and then people got to know me. We got introduced to the racehorse world kind of bit. And what a wonderful way to start with such a great horse and the people behind him. Having John Ward as a jockey it couldn't have asked for anybody better to ride this horse.
Absolutely. And of course, what a great career you continue to have at Los Alamitos. You won 1,000 quarter horse races here at this track. You saddled some outstanding horses. You won the Los Alamitos 2 Million Futurity with the great Ocean Runaway, a track record holder, goes on the following year and wins the Champion of Champions, Finding Nemo, Flying Fig, Sterling Sport, who was an 870 champion, so many great horses. But let's talk a little bit about Ocean Runaway, because just one of my favorite horses. And I remember early in his 2-year-old year, I went to visit you in the barn, and he had I think you put like a basketball or a dodgeball or something in there, because he just loved kind of playing with that in his stall. And he just got better and better and better each start.
He did. He was such a great individual. And he liked to play with the ball, and he'd have, so we gave him one, and we gave him a lot of them, because he would tear them apart. But we gave him a lot of them, and he was really a kind horse, and people loved to come look at him. He was of course a gray horse, and he was just absolutely beautiful. And you know, he just done everything right. He had a couple of different riders that rode him because of a situation here and there, but they all fit him really well. They rode him well, and he responded to them. And of course, we were so excited that when we got him eligible for the Champion of Champions, I remember Alex Batista, when he come out there, he says, "Put your smile on. We're going to get the money." So it was really a thrill to have that horse for Mr. Moeller. We actually bought that horse for him in the Rio de Sal as a yearling. And Mr. Moeller was with me down there, and he gave me the okay to go ahead and purchase this horse. And it was just a great purchase, and a great horse, and a great family. And Mr. Moeller, you couldn't ask for a better owner. Of course, we had owners like Legacy Ranch, Pete Perella, and the horses that he gave us, Flying Fig, and those kind of horses. And, you know, of course, the late Mr. Alicio.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of great horses. We had a lot of good owners that I'd have to sit here all day and tell you all the stories about them, but they were just tremendous, tremendous people.
And I remember Ocean Runaway. He one of the few times where he didn't get the money was the Super Derby, I believe. Finished second in that race, so he wasn't in the Champion of Champions in 2015. A week later, we had the Z. Wayne Griffin director's trials, and yourself as well as Mr. Gary Moeller made a bold decision to run him in the Z. Wayne Griffin. He won that race, just an incredible race that he posted in the Z Wayne. It could have been a track record time, if I remember, and then came back and just another outstanding victory in the Champion of Champions. That little stretch right there was just so memorable because of the way he did it and who he was, Ocean Runaway.
But you know, I never in my training career thought I could actually win a race until we went into that Derby that would have made us eligible. And I thought, you know what? And this is just thoughts to myself, not to anyone else, because I don't do that. But I thought, you know, I really think this horse can win this race and give us opportunity to get into Champion of Champions. And when he got beat there, I was devastated. But he got beat by a really, really nice horse. And So then I talked to Mr. Mulder, and we talked, and I says, well, the only thing we can do is run him in the Z-Wayne Griffin, but we're going to retire him at the end of this year. So we should, possibly take our best chance to make him eligible for the champion and champion, see what happens. He says, go ahead, let's do it. So we did, and like you said, he ran unbelievable in the Z-Wayne Griffin trials, and we set a track record that night and all those kind of things. And I said, my gosh. But we did have a little bit of adversity because there were some people thought we shouldn't have run him that close to those races, and maybe he'd given us a lot. Why keep going? Well, and I agree with that. He had given us a lot of great memories, but it was the end of his career, and I knew the only thing that would really cap it off for the rest of his life would be the champion of champions, because the mere fact of how special that race is in the racing world, So we got lucky. He won his trial, and then we came back into the champion of champions, and we were just so excited when he won that race.
Yeah, and I brought up the chart there of his champion of champions win. You defeated runners like Frankie and me, Apolitical Time, Who's Leaving Who, LDS Dash for Dylan. That was a tremendous field that you were able to win that night there with Alex Batista aboard.
That was a great field. I mean, those horses, that people look back at them and see all the races that they had won, things they had done. Catch Me in Your Dreams, for instance.
Yeah.
I mean, how many great races did he win? There was just a tremendous field, and we were so thrilled and excited. And they ran pretty good time that night also.
Yeah.
21.20 there for Ocean Runaway.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
So
the track record probably at 440 was like 21:17 at that time. So you were super close to setting that record as well.
Right. So it was good. And I don't know, Los Alamitos itself was so good to me as far as my future and as far as my career. I know without Los Alamitos, I would have never got to the level that I got to, and I owe a lot of thanks to Dr. Allred. He was a great friend and a great owner, and please say hello to him for me.
Absolutely, Danny. And, we can hear the emotion of just your time here at Los Al, and that's what makes this place so special, because it is home. It is home to a lot of great people, a lot of great owners, jockeys, trainers, employees that work here, dedicate themselves to quarter horse racing for the love of the horses. And of course, the people that take care of them every single day, your help in the barn, the grooms, everyone that works, in this industry. Thank you so much, Danny, for taking the time to talk to us. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again soon. So please promise that you'll join us again on this show.
We will, and please tell everyone hello for us. And we'll wait to watch it. And thank you so much.
Thank you,
Be
Danny.
safe.
Thank you.
Thank you, Denny. Be safe, stay well, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
The Los Alamitos Equine Sale, showcasing the finest quarter horse racing lines in the sport. Its graduates include many great champions, $1 million futurity winners, and recent major graded stakes winners. Find your next champion and major stakes winner at the Los Alamitos Equine Sale, October 2nd and 3rd. For more, visit LosAlamitosequinesale.com.
Welcome back. Well, that was great, Orlando. Catch up with Denny Ekins. Maybe we'll have to pay him a visit, sharpen up our skiing lessons, Orlando.
Yeah.
We got to visit Montana.
Yeah, I got to get some ski wear, some ski jacket, a little beanie. Yeah, get ready.
We're ready to go.
Track shooting. You gotta start practicing our track shooting too.
But first, we got to find a way to take some days off, Orlando. We're not stop here year round, so we got to find maybe like a Monday or Tuesday to sneak away there to visit Denny Ekins in Montana. All right, we talked about the Denny Ekins, obviously Tolltac, and we have trials for the PCQHRA, but 9 quarter horse races, 1 thoroughbred race, but that thoroughbred race is stacked with very good competition, and you were able to catch up with somebody in that race.
Yeah, we talked to Lorenzo Ruiz. He trains Luck Be Mine 8 to 5 on the morning line in race number 1. But he said it, this is the toughest race that Luck Be Mine has had here at Los Alamitos. There's so many solid runners that with speed, some runners that can come on strong at the end. He really feels that this race is going to show him a lot about Luck Be Mine. A horse that is on track if she continues to perform well to threaten for one of those spots in our $50,000 final at 1,000 yards. So we caught up with Lorenzo Ruiz in his barn talking about Luck Be Mine.
We got to run against 3 really good horses in there. I mean, they're all tough, but there's 3 of them that are, this is going to be a real proof about what she can do. So hopefully, you get a good break and be out there on the lead and never look back.
That's the plan, huh?
That's the plan, yes.
And you mentioned that jockey Edgar Pereira is very confident that this horse can finish strongly. So that's the move. Put him in the front and see if she can hold off the other contenders.
According to what he said after the last race, he says the more you ask, the more she wants to go. So I guess we'll find out this Saturday.
And with 2 wins already under her belt, looking at the $50,000 final in November, a real goal for you.
Hopefully we can qualify for that race. I mean, that's the goal right now. That's why we haven't gotten out of the 1,000 yards, trying to qualify for their race. I guess this Saturday we'll find out what she's made of.
2 wins already on her record, back-to-back wins. You've had some horses that have had nice winning streaks over the years. What's been the biggest one?
A horse named Southern Sunrise that I can think of. I've had a few good horses that done well, but he was a really nice horse. Not very expensive, but had a nice winning streak with him for a while.
How big was the streak?
If I'm not mistaken, it was six in a row. Yes.
That's quite an accomplishment, Lorenzo. It's hard enough to just win 2 in a row, isn't it?
It's hard enough to win 1.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, best of luck on Saturday, and congratulations on the success. Luck Be Mine. Looking forward to that big race Saturday.
Thank you. Hopefully everything will go okay.
All right, Orlando, there was Lorenzo Ruiz, Luck Be Mine. What I've been impressed about this filly is that she has shown the ability to immediately get out into the race. It's not easy when you're cutting back from the daytime circuit to cut back to 1,000 yards or the 4.5 and immediately come out running. She's done that in the last 2 starts, and she has looked very, very sharp in those wins.
Yeah, and it's not 1,000 yards. This horse had a 2-race win streak prior to Lorenzo claiming her. And he mentioned how, he was kind of regretted the fact that he didn't claim him for 10 because he had to pay $12.50 to capture Luck Be Mine, to claim Luck Be Mine. So it'll be a really interesting race. Flashy Pass has been also on a win streak, won 2 out of her last 2 starts and 3 out of her last 4 starts. You also have In Counting coming into a 2-race win streak 2 outs ago, won by 6 lengths. But I guess the secret weapon of Luck Be Mine is jockey Edgar Pereira said that this horse is just going to get stronger at the end of these races, so maybe can outkick those other rivals in race number 1. And, of course, is the favorite 8 to 5 on the morning line. So if you're looking for a little bit of a price play, you got to get through Luck Be Mine in the opener.
Yeah, I do think Luck Be Mine is going to be the horse to beat there. Flashy Pass, she does her best running when she's able to clear on the lead. I'm not so sure she's going to be able to clear from that outside post. She might get into a good battle alongside N County and Luck Be Mine. And if that happens, Orlando, watch out for Annalisa. Annalisa was unlucky to win off the pace 2 starts ago. I think she might be the main beneficiary if there's a 2 or 3-way duel up front.
And there could be if N Counting decides to doesn't want to let Luck Be Mine get too far ahead of her.
Yeah, that's going to be a very interesting thoroughbred event. 1,000 yards. Some of these runners have their eyes set on qualifying towards those, nice purses later in November. Looking ahead, Orlando, in race number 2, the second half of that early double. Immediately, we dive into the quarter horses. Race 2, maiden event. First-time starter, Sumpkin is up. We'll kick off the rail. But there's a runner that ran a very game effort in this race in his only start, and that's Flash and Corona there at 10-1 that night.
10-1 that night, and broke a little bit slow, was trailing, was as far back as 6, came flying late, finished 3rd. Rodrigo Aceves retains the mount here and draws a nice spot, post number 6. There's nothing here that looks like it's just going to fly out of the gate. But again, Flash and Corona didn't fly out of the gate. So it's a pretty interesting race. I'd like to see how much improvement number 2, Trick, can do. This horse also broke a little bit slow and also finished really nicely, running second to Nevada Charles, a horse that qualified to the Governor's Cup Futurity last out, competed in the Governor's Cup Futurity final last out as well. So it'd be interesting to see number 2, Trick. That's actually my pick for race number 2.
Look at you going with Trick, nicely bred runner. Here's a replay for Flash and Corona. We'll talk. We're gonna highlight here Flash and Corona. He was 10-1 that night, Orlando. Gate 7 in this field of 9. Prior to this start, he had shown ability in the mornings. You can see he gets bumped there sideways, a little bit of lugging inwards there, being difficult to ride, but he still keeps trying there in a blanket finish. And you can tell he was kind of reaching in the final yards, and he was just unlucky there to get, to miss out by a short head in the end.
Yeah, the winning time in that race, 15:86. Flash and Corona, 15:88. So just missed getting first in that one. Horses trained by Pat Visscher. She gives these horses time. She likes to work them before they run. And now that this horse is this out under his belt, a little bit of experience, we see horses improve. Second time out, the horse can just break a little bit better, even just a little bit, even with the field. It looks like this horse can finish nicely. It'll be a pretty good race between Trick and Flash and Corona, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was a very good effort there with those 2 runners. I have this race as a 6-1 in that order of finish for my picks in the nightline. So we're kind of seeing the race in the same direction there, race number 2. But let's catch up with Pat Visscher in the morning there talking about Flash and Corona.
I'm hoping he learns to break a little bit. Last time he stood in the gate, and it was his first start, only start, and he stood in the gate and then he come running at him, and he needs to learn how to run, but he's I remember when I first brought him in, Oscar Pineda was on him, and he said, "This is a lazy, he's just lazy. He's never going to make a racehorse." So I put him on him the other day and let him gallop him. He said, "Oh man, this horse has changed. He really wants to do something."
How about his workout that prepared him for that first start?
Yeah, the first time he worked, he went a 12.6. And I was a little disappointed with that, not because of the time, but because the horse outworked him. And then he come back and he did a 12.3, and the boy said that he could have went a lot faster, Pat. He says, but the horse was lugging in on me, and I had to just take a hold of my horse. So
yeah,
that was okay, and I accept that. 12.3 is still a good work.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, we're looking forward to Saturday night here at Los Alamitos. Second out, Flash and Corona.
Yeah, I hope so. Be nice.
Flash and Corona, Pat Visscher, good to visit with her, Orlando. And, first time out, there should be improvement to be expected for a runner like this one.
Yeah, remember, this horse is also a colt. So, sometimes they're a little bit slow developing, and it takes them a little bit of time to learn some things. Sometimes they're quirky. Mm-hmm. So, the day that I visited him, Pat actually mentioned, this horse is a colt, but he is really easygoing. And, he just loves to relax. We'll see how relaxed he is, if he can, just get loose out there on the lead, and should be a pretty interesting race 2.
Yeah, that's going to be a race number 2, second half of the early double there from Los Alamitos as we kick off the quarter horse portion of the card. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll catch up with some more interviews there from the barn.
Now at Los Alamitos, it's weekends full of thrilling action.
Racing!
With live quarter horse and thoroughbred racing every Saturday and Sunday nights. More races on our weekend night, plus strong fields in our early and late pick 4s. And we're still adding $10,000 into our pick 6 pool when there's not a carryover going into the Sunday card. It's a great deal in our traditional pick 6. Don't miss a second of the thrilling action at Los Alamitos.
Racing!
Every Saturday and Sunday nights.
Race number 5 is going to be the quarter horses. Maidens going a distance of 300 yards. A good mix of group. A first-time starter, some more experienced runners, some lightly raced runners. Interesting race there to kick off the 2-hour pick 6.
Yeah, and this race number 5 also kicks off, like you said, the pick 6. Last week's handle, the pool for the pick 6 was around $25,000. We had a carryover going into Sunday's program. So the pick 6 with solid pools kicking off. And here in race 5, we have a group of 6 horses. Number 6 horse on the outside, 6-1, Mia Bella Star. I like that horse a little bit. The 2, Zoe Diamond, a trainer, Adan Farias. This horse has shown flashes, has shown the ability to finish nicely, shown the ability to be involved in races, has also, struggled a little bit 2 outs ago. You can see the comment there, hit the gate, just didn't get going in that race, still shows some run late. And the horse was well bet that night. Hollywood Eagle MRL was the winner. She's a Bat Mama Jama, who's also racing tonight, was in that race. And we actually had an opportunity to talk to Adan Farias about Zoe Diamond, Secretly Love, and also Copawino's Best, a horse that we're running in the PCQHRA Breeders Derby trials later tonight. So why don't we listen to Adan Farias and his thoughts on each of those horses. Here with trainer Adan Farias, who's got a solid group of runners going in on Saturday. Let's start with the Breeders trials, the Derby trials. Copawino's Best, a newcomer here to your barn, but a horse that can definitely be a factor in these trials, right, Adan?
Oh, definitely. He's a very nice horse. He trains really good. The only thing, I wish I had a race before the trials, but it's okay. We'll go in there. Hopefully we qualify and run better in the finals if we do qualify.
Is it because you just want to know more about the horse, or do you think he just needs the race?
Well, every horse needs a race before they go into, especially a 400-yard derby. Always in the derbies, it's a little bit tougher than a regular allowance race. So I wish I had a race, but we'll be fine.
Secretly Love going in also this Saturday night. One thing about Secretly Love, seems like every race she can go 1580. Those have been kind of like the range of times. So she's got that, right? Consistency?
Yeah, she's a solid horse, but that's as fast as she could go, I think, personally. But hopefully, if she has a very good trip, maybe she could get a win one of these days.
Out of a very good mare, Secretly Hot, won a futurity here at Los Alamitos. Right behind you, we got Zoe Diamond. Looking forward to her race on Saturday. What can you tell us about Zoe?
She's always been a really solid horse. She's a little bit slow out of the gates. I wish she had a little bit more speed. She makes up a ton of ground at the end, but hopefully now with the one horse, she'll run a better race. Recently,
you claimed Terrible Ted, horse in the $50,000 stakes. So you've been very active here at Los Alamitos. Looking forward to a strong finish. And looking forward to the Los Alamitos equine sale as well, right?
Of course, I'm looking forward to that. So I'm trying to get some nice babies this year. Hopefully we get better luck and continue participating in all the futurities and all the racing here in Los Alamitos.
So he got Zoe. Adan has Zoe Diamond here at the barn. We can't overlook that. Once upon a time, she went favored in her debut, Orlando. That's because she had been working, showing some ability in the mornings, but she hasn't always been the best gate horse, and that's the thing for her. She's got into trouble a few times. But there's been flashes of times where she's shown the ability to, like tonight might be the night where she comes through. And now she's a few of those efforts would fit against this group, given that a lot of these runners are still trying to kind of find their best rhythm up to this point. So this might be the fuel that Zoe Diamond is able to get that maiden diploma.
Yeah, another horse that I like in this race, Jose, is the 4, Not This World. The odds on this one, big favorite, 8-5. Second place finish, last out. Still looking for that diploma, like you mentioned, 7 starts. It's kind of a wide open group. I can see, a lot of these horses maybe finally getting through and having that big race. One of them will, for sure.
Yeah, I like the one Why Not Tonight for Reliance Ranches. First time out, I thought she showed some good gate speed. She was in the mix, kind of flattened out there late, but her individual clocking of 1586, if she can build on that, I think will make her competitive. Just draw a line through that trial last time out. Was troubled, no factor. Getting back against maidens here and getting back to 300 yards. I think she's a much better fit. I like the inside post, and I like that Jonathan Roman stays aboard. And she's bred to be pretty solid. She's out of Why Not Bar, who has produced some very nice runners. They paid $110,000 for her at the sale. So I do like Why Not Tonight there for Reliance Ranches and Mike Robbins from that inside post.
All right, why don't we touch base on the PCQHRA Breeders Derby trials? Jose, Some really nice horses in there in race number 8. The big star, of course, Monopolis.
Yes.
Will be going in this opening trial. 2 trials tonight at 400 yards, and the 3 Monopolist looking to sweep the PCQHRA Breeders Series. Won the futurity last year, coming off of a second place finish. After that, just jaw-dropping trial win when he won by 3 lengths.
Yeah, he was impressive there. He went off as a heavy public choice that night, deservedly so, off of that terrific trial win. He breaks out clean enough, but then begins to kind of lug out here. He appears to have control midway through the race, but on the outside, favorite Colossus is going to rally and surge late past him. But the top 3, Orlando, were well clear of the rest.
Yeah, that was a heck of a race. The inside horse looked really dangerous midway as well. And you know, the trouble with Monopoly, sometimes a horse bumps and it kind of helps them kind of catapult into a good stride. That did not happen in this race for Monopolis. He actually bumped, and you can see that, you know, he had to kind of regain his momentum. He did regain the momentum really fast, but Favorite Colossus was rolling by then, and we seen Favorite Colossus just finish really strongly. That kind of cost him the race right there. Monopolis, just that bump and not being able to to just get right into his stride. Yeah,
he's definitely the horse to beat if he can repeat any kind of effort. They came home in a 9.46 final 8 there in that Golden State Derby trial final. So Monopolis, the horse to beat in the first of 2 trials. Second division, race number 9, Orlando. We got a field of 7 going to post here, and all eyes will be on BF Alfouz for the barn of Paul Jones.
BF Alfouz, he's just made every dance that he attempts to get in. I think he's only missed 1 final when he's gone in the trials, coming off of a 4th place finish in the Governor's Cup Derby, ran 3rd in the El Primero del Año Derby after battling for the lead midway through. Les and Kim Sweeting have a really, really hard-knocking, strong, solid horse in BF Alfouz. One of those horses that as a 4-year-old, I think is going to really take his game to a higher level. In the meantime, he's still solid against 3-year-olds, and I think in this trial, he fits really nicely. Should be the winner in this heat.
Yeah, we're taking a look at the final. He's in gate 10 here, all the way on the outside. BF Alfouz, and he's going to break outwards at the start. A little bit of hesitation. That pretty much, lost all chance up to that. But he keeps trying willingly. The top 3 were, much ahead of him that night. But he kept trying, and he was 4th best. And you can see the rider at this point, they know they're going to be 4th best. So he's not really asking for everything at the end. I think BF Alfouz, with any kind of clean start against this group, without a doubt, should be able to handle this field. But they still got to run the race, Orlando. They still got to run the race.
Yeah, a couple of fillies that are pretty interesting in this trial. Roving Kind, post number 1, coming off of a 2nd place finish in the debutante on California Breeders' Champions Weekend, and also the 5 Go To Girl, a horse that if a few shows ago we talked to Mike Castleman, and they gave this, they kind of gave this runner a little bit of a break after that April outing when she broke her mate, and she came back with a really nice allowance win by a half a length. She's fresh. She's already got that out under her belt, a successful win, and we'll see if she can keep that going. Look at that breeding line, Jose. Favorite Castell out of Remember Me Rose. Yeah. Those horses have been selling by
6 figures.
A lot of money. I think a fool to this Go To Girl went for $800,000 or something. I mean, it was something like that. It was a pretty high amount. Maybe not that 800,000, but no, I think it was 400,000.
400,000, yeah,
400,000 at the Ridoso sale. I was thinking of the Flash and Roll full sister.
Yes.
That went on that sale at Ridoso. But Go To Girl, just a tremendous breeding line there.
Every time you see these bloodlines go for under 6 figures, you feel like you got to steal at the sale. These are, this Remembering Rosemare has been absolutely sensational as producing runners there. So Go To Girl, back-to-back sharp wins will be tested tonight immediately on the inside. BF Alfouz, but appears to be trending now in the right direction for the barn of Matt Castleman and Dr. Steve Burns. So that's a pretty quick preview there of a couple of trials for Saturday night, Orlando. Top 10 fastest advance to the final, and then on Sunday we'll have the 2-year-olds in the futurity trials. With now our daytime cards underway, Orlando, what is our approximate post time for the nighttime cards?
Well, Saturday night will be 6:10 p.m. So we'll get going a little bit earlier than usual. We have 9 races on tap on Saturday, and right after the daytime wraps up, we get going with the nighttime action. 10 races on tap on Saturday. We'll see how many races we have for Sunday's card. We know during the daytime we will be running the E.B. Johnston Stakes for the thoroughbreds. Galilean, who's a stakes winner here at Los Alamitos, will be in the field, as well as Desmond Doss, who won during the summer meet. So those two will be headlining the E.B. Johnston on Sunday afternoon. So a lot of great action coming up here at Los Al. Hope you join us here at the track, or of course, watch on TVG.
All right, Orlando, thanks for joining us. So we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Jose.
Night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos Racecourse with the biggest pools of the entire season. Check out these numbers in the Los Alamitos Early Pick 4. On July 18th, the pool was over $207,000. On July 25th, it was over $188,000. And the Late Pick 4 pools are tremendous, with over $168,000 on July 31st and more than $152,000 on July 25th. Plus, don't forget about our $10,000 Pick 6 promo on eligible Sundays as the total pool continues to rise each time. Night racing's best bets, Saturday and Sunday nights. Play them all at Los Alamitos.
Welcome back to the program. Now joined by Chris Wade. Chris Wade, looking forward to the Saturday night program. 10 races, 9 quarter horse races. Only the first one is thoroughbreds. So where are you looking to take a look at for this weekend? What horse and what race?
Well, I'm looking at the first quarter horse race of 9
All right.
on Saturday night. The Flash and Corona, a horse owned and trained by Patricia Visscher. This horse worked very promising prior to that debut. Worked with a nice runner prior, was also in this particular race. I gave the horse a B first workout and a B+ second drill, and was a horse I thought had a big look at the outcome in the debut, despite Patricia taking her time with her baby. But this horse in that affair had some trouble along the way, broke a little slow, back bobbled and skied in and was brushed away from the gate, losing about 3/4 of a length or so, but showed a good amount of speed and was right there throughout, and ran a very good third despite trying to lug in right near the wire. So it was a very impressive performance and earned a very nice figure on my charts for that race.
Yeah, he was here in gate 7, and you can see he is going to shift a little bit inwards, but like you mentioned, he still showed the ability to finish in the final strides.
Yeah, he kind of back bobbled and brushed in. He was running a little head cock sideways right here under a hand shove throughout, and was still trying to finish nicely despite trying to lug in right there. The rider is just kind of trying to control him, and I only beat a neck for the whole thing and earned a very good figure. And on my charts with my track variant, that track variant was like about 14 slow, so that 1586 with trouble and track variant is something along the lines of 1561, 62 on my charts.
Yeah, he can definitely show improvement here tonight. Second time out. Last weekend, I believe the pick that you gave us was the runner that had worked with him in the mornings in that 12:30 drill, and the runner that came out of the same race in this common event. So Flash of Corona looks like a runner that should improve second time out now here for the barn of Pat Visscher. Flash of Corona in gate 7, I think drawn in between the 5 Little Buddy and the 7 Looking Hotter. They haven't really shown the ability to break up to this point. That, I think, benefits Flash of Corona there in gate number 6.
Yeah, drawn between 2 slow breakers. This horse will definitely move forward. Second start of this one's career, and has a big look here to go right in the front and just keep on going on my numbers. Don't have to worry about trick on the inside coming back off the layoff and some good workouts. But Flash of Corona, a big look in tonight's second race.
Well, I do like Flash of Corona as well, so we're looking forward to that race number 2. That is the first quarter horse race in the evening with 9 races through the night, featuring a couple of trials for the Derby, PCQHRA Breeders Derby, and the Tolltac in race number 10. As always, Chris, thanks for your insight, and looking forward to the races this weekend.
You two, you go have a good night, and 9 quarter horse races, just can't wait.
Buckle up. We'll be there. A lot of quarter horse handicapping to be had for Saturday. Have a good night.
You too.
The Southern California Thoroughbred Racing Circuit is back at Los Alamitos with the LA County Fair Meet. Opening day is Friday, September 10th. 5 stakes races highlight the meet, led by the Los Alamitos Special on Sunday, September 19th. That weekend will also feature an on-track live money handicapping contest on Saturday, September 18th. You could win a trip to the 2022 NHC. The LA County Fair Meet is back at Los Alamitos. Opening day is Friday, September 10th. For more, visit losalamitos.com.
Welcome back to the program. And now I have the gentleman that's going to be working the double headers here, calling daytime now and the nighttime here. Mike Wrona, how's that voice feeling? You ready to go?
I'm all set. I've got an extra supply of lozenges and I'm ready to go. This Saturday night program at Los Alamitos will fall pretty much halfway between my weekend duties, starting with the Friday thoroughbreds and culminating with the Sunday night. So looking forward to it very much, Jose. It'll be the third of 5 race cards for me in quick succession. And what a terrific program, especially those last few races with the trials to the PCQHRA Breeders Derby and the Tolltac Handicap.
Yeah, we had an opportunity to visit and talk with Denny Ekins from his now retirement spot up in Montana. So early in the show, we talked to Denny Ekins, who trained Tolltac and many other good racehorses there. And are you taking us to the Tolltac for your horse of this weekend?
I am, as a matter of fact. Really good race, but I think that Cactus Jack represents a square price at 4-1, despite having come up with post position 1. You can have a look at his PPs there on the screen. He won his first 2 races in fast time as the favourite in decisive fashion. And he's just a nose shy of being undefeated in 3 starts. But I liked his run in defeat last time out on the 1st of August in that Freshman Stakes on California Breeders' Championship weekend.
Yeah, take a look at that. We'll show that replay here on the screen. Cactus Jack, he was right under 5-1 that night. And he was in gate 4, right? Yeah, gate 4. Well, saddlecloth number 5.
Yeah, he was underneath the number 5 saddlecloth. The number 5 at the starting gate. You see him moving around, climbing in the gate, and then he hits the right side of the gate when the gate springs open. So he had problems at the start, but he recovered to be in contention throughout, ultimately dropping a nose decision to his stablemate Vamusing, who's right down the extreme outside. Now, this race featured the Ed Burke Million Futurity winner, Golden Boy, the top juvenile here at Los Alamitos this season, and he was admittedly a tragedy beaten. He had to weave a passage after getting into terrible trouble at the start and did a great job. He was the number 3 horse in that race, and he dominated the wagering at 1-5, did Golden Boy. So Cactus Jack was the second wagering choice behind him. And I thought there was a lot of merit in Cactus Jack's run. Obviously, there's not much between him and Vamusing is in this race again Saturday night. But I preferred the run and the gallop out on August 1st of Cactus Jack. And I think at 4-1, he's a decent price. I think he's worth an investment.
Yeah, that's going to be in race number 10, the Tolltac, the featured event on Saturday night, and the closeout event there of the evening. So you do have up the ladder, another stablemate, but most recently Vamusing, who rallied on the outside of Cactus Jack in that California Breeders' Stakes. I don't have the morning line in front of me. What's the morning on Cactus Jack and Vamusing? Do you know up to this point?
Cactus Jack's 4-1. Vamusing is 9-2. The favorite is wider out.
Right.
Set for it?
Yeah, I believe set for it. Yes,
I think it's 5-2.
Yeah, so that's a look at the Tolltac Stakes 8 horse field there for Saturday night, and Mike Wrona will take a look at Cactus Jack there from that inside post. Michael, get freshened up, ready to go. Double headers for the next 3 weeks, and looking forward to your calls.
Thanks so much, Jose. Good luck, everyone.
See ya.
Racing fans, the traditional $2 pick six at Los Alamitos is always a great bet. On Sunday, August 1st, a one-night carryover of $14,000 led to an outstanding total pool of over $132,000. And the payouts are tremendous, highlighted by a season-high payout of over $94,000 on May 21st. And remember, on Sunday nights when there's not a carryover, Los Alamitos will add $10,000 to the pick six pool. Talk about some good old-fashioned pick six excitement at Los Alamitos. The traditional $2 pick six, a great bet, a great deal. It's happening at Los Alamitos.